At Lockheed Martin, our mission is to keep you mission ready. And the F-35 Lightning II delivers.
Together, the military and technology are a marvel to watch. The United States spends up to $800 billion annually to create the wonders of the most amazing and strong pieces of equipment. For you, we have listed the most expensive military programs to have ever existed. Bell Boeing V-22 Osprey. Ranking at number 9 is the Bell Boeing V-22 Osprey. V-22 Ospreys are tilt-rotor-powered multi-role combat aircraft produced by Bell Boeing. The aircraft entered service in the U.S. Marine Corps in 2007 after several delays caused by crashes during flight testing and unstable funding. A version of the aircraft was fielded by the USAF in 2009, and its other version was used by the Navy in 2021. V-22 costs an estimate of $118 million per aircraft, and the overall program costs approximately $35.6 billion. The cost of operation per hour is $11,000. Currently, the ownership of V-22 aircraft belongs to the USA and Japan, with potential sales to Israel. The V-22 features vertical takeoff and landing capabilities similar to a helicopter, but its speed, range, and payload are comparable to fixed-wing aircraft. Two Rolls-Royce engines deliver with the aircraft's three-bladed propeller system. They weigh 33,069 pounds. The aircraft has a range of 1,627 kilometers and a speed of 316 miles per hour, and can carry up to 24 passengers and 4 crew members. Pretty cool, isn't it? The V-22 program recently celebrated its 30th anniversary and achieved 450,000 flight hours, despite its controversial history of crashes involving its landing capabilities in harsh conditions and tilt-rotor design. Littoral Combat Ship. On number 8, we have the Littoral Combat Ship with a total program cost of $37.4 billion. A fast, agile, focused mission platform designed for operation near shore, yet capable of operating in open oceans, is the freedom and independence creation of the Littoral Combat Ship. It is a part of the U.S. Navy's warship. The system of this ship is designed to withstand threats such as mines, quiet diesel submarines, and fast surface craft that poses asymmetric anti-access threats. As a result of the LCS program, which was launched in February 2002, the acquisition, design, and construction of ships were significantly reduced when compared to previous ship classes. In 2021, the US Navy had confirmed that they will decommission the first 2 Littoral Combat Ships. They've even been trying to retire the parts of the 2 Littoral Combat Ships. It might sound pretty sad, and indeed it is. This is likely the beginning of what could be an unhappy reckoning with a program that's consumed billions of dollars without delivering much in the way of useful capacity. UGM-133. On number 7 is the UGM-133 Trident II, with its program cost totaling up to $40.6 billion. First launched in March of 1990, the Trident II is a submarine-launched missile with an intercontinental range. The missile, manufactured by Lockheed Martin, was intended to improve upon Trident I in terms of power, payload, and preemptive capability. It's a solid-fueled, submarine-launched intercontinental ballistic missile with a 3-stage structure. Both the nations, the United States as well as the United Kingdom, deploy the Trident D5 missile on their respective Ohio and Vanguard-class nuclear missile submarines. Now, here's what makes Trident II a good missile. It can transport a payload of up to 2,800 kilograms and has a range of 12,000 kilometers and has a solid fuel rocket monitor. Post-boost vehicles can carry up to 12 RVs on their payload. It's also been announced that as soon as the Trident enters service in the early 2030s, the UK Navy will equip it with a Dreadnought-class submarine. CVN-78. Served by the former US President Gerald Ford, the CVN-78 ranks number 6 with the program cost being $45.5 billion. In November of 2009, the ship's keel was laid, and it featured the electromagnetic aircraft launch system once it was completed. As the lead ship of the Ford class of aircraft carriers, the USS Gerald R. Ford, CVN-78, began replacing Nimitz-class carriers phase by phase. It's the first new aircraft carrier in over 40 years, and a first-in-class craft carrier. It's the duty of the sailors who served aboard Ford to ensure that the ship is able to handle national tasks for decades to come. The Gerald Ford CVN-78 was named to be the world's largest aircraft carrier and the most huge warship in terms of displacement. It's pretty interesting, isn't it? Gerald Ford can be considered to be the revolution for the national carriers of aircraft. The namesake approval of the president is a pretty big achievement in itself. KC-46. On number 5 is the Boeing KC-46 engine, which had a total program cost of $56 billion. Boeing developed its KC-46 Pegasus from its 767 jet airliner. It's an American tactical aerial refueling and strategic military transport aircraft. The fuel capacity of a KC-46 is 415,000 pounds, and the thrust capacity is 62,000 pounds. According to official reports, the tanker was chosen by the United States Air in February 2011 as the winner of the KCX tanker competition to replace the older KC-135 Stratotankers. The Air Force received its first aircraft in January of 2019. 21 of these aircraft have been built as of 2021. F-135. Taking the rank of number 4 is the F-135 thrust fighter engine, which costs $63.8 billion. A heartbeat for the F-53 is the F-135 engine, which delivers over 40,000 pounds of thrust, provides a low observable signature, provides the most advanced thermal management system, and is the most advanced engine control system ever created. Just the description of it is enough to give you goosebumps, isn't it? But wait, there's more. Not only does this provide the most advanced and powerful engine, but it also provides an unrivaled performance to the warfighter, thereby redefining what's possible on the battleground. DDG-51 Guided Missile Destroyer. The DDG-51 Guided Missile Destroyer takes third place with the program costing $87.3 billion. Aegis weapon systems and SPY-1D radars are the first guided missile destroyers of the DDG-51 class built by the Navy. Anti-aircraft, anti-submarine, and anti-surface warfare are all achievable by the ship. Surface combatants employed in guided missile warfare are multi-mission surface warfare, anti-air warfare, and anti-submarine warfare ships. As a result of the vertical launch system, the destroyer has greatly expanded its role in strike warfare. The Arleigh-Burke DDG-51 class guided missile destroyer replaces the older Charles, Adams, and Farragut classes because of technological advances. The DDG-51 is also equipped with the Aegis weapon system, AWS, like its larger Taito-Garangia class counterparts. It includes the SPY-1D multifunction phased array radar, the advanced AAW and ASW systems, and the Tomahawk weapon system. Having these advances allows the Arleigh-Burke class to continue a revolution at sea. Ballistic Missile Defense System. On number 2 is USA's Ballistic Missile Defense System, with the entire program amounting to $126.2 billion. As a part of the Ballistic Missile Defense System, the United States is prepared to defend itself against ICBM attacks. The project is still in its developmental phase. A space-based missile defense system may be incorporated, as well as high-altitude and laser missile defenses. Historically, U.S. ballistic missile defense policy focused on defending the homeland from limited long-range attacks by Iran and North Korea, rather than against missile attacks from major nuclear powers such as Russia and China, whose missions would present significant technical, financial, and geopolitical challenges. Some of the close allies of the U.S. have also been protected from ballistic missile attacks, and to an extent, cruise missile attacks. In addition to this, the military services have spent more than $10 billion. Congressional funding for Missile Defense Agency (MDA) programs topped $200 billion in fiscal years 1985 to 2019. Sounds surprising, doesn't it? Such expenses and the project are still under development. F-35 aircraft. Ranking at the top is the F-35 aircraft with an estimated cost of $331.9 billion. Featuring advanced stealth technology and a 360-degree sensor array, the 5th generation advanced multi-role strike fighter jet disrupts attacks like no other aircraft. Developed as part of the 1996 Joint Strike Fighter program, the Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II fighter jets entered service in December of 2006. The aircraft was manufactured by Northrop Grumman, Lockheed Martin, BAE Systems, and Pratt & Whitney. The F-35 Lightning aircraft comes in 3 different variations, including the F-35A, the F-35B, and the F-35C. A typical aircraft costs $35,000 per hour to operate, while the overall program costs reach $1.5 trillion over its 50-year lifetime, making it one of the most expensive military acquisition schemes. Military programs are complex. They use technologies with non-military applications. For example, to learn about the propulsions in military vehicles, you can study energy conversion. For the principles of an aircraft, refer to an airplane. Basic examples from every day help us to understand military weapons better. High-tech military programs have had rising demand for centuries and continue to have.